Happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. So many faces here. I'm super pumped, you guys. I'm going to share our screen and just dive right into it. A couple of announcements before we get into tonight's call. Number one, tomorrow, Salted Caramel Shakeology is launching, okay? Make sure that you, number one, realize that on a launch day, there's just a lot of people on the website at the same time, right? Just because our team is this like tight-knit little family, like Beachbody is massive, you guys. There's hundreds of thousands of people attempting to get the same thing that you want at the same exact time. So just exercise patience tomorrow a little bit, exercise grace. If you have something poor that you want to say, don't come say it on the team page. It's like an exciting day of hype, right? Instead, come to the team page and offer your enthusiasm and just excitement that Beachbody loves us so much that they are always coming out with new products. Love it. So make sure, number one, you get your hands on this. Our team mantra is always, it starts with me, right? And so if you don't know if you're gonna like salted caramel, why not buy one box? What's the harm in that? It's 14 packets, and see if you like it, right? If you don't like it, this is an awesome thing that you can give as giveaways to people, or as like a little thank you for joining me if you have a new challenger, right? Like you can give them away as gifts if it's not your favorite. That's totally okay, but you never know unless you try it. So I'm always like totally sold out hyped on anything that's brand new, because I want to make sure that I have an opinion about it before I offer that over to other people. Remember, one box is 14 packets. You can get 5 per order. And if you have a controlled business center, please order this through that. Keep them active. I'll be ordering this through Charlie. It'll keep him active. Plus, if you're Emerald or higher, you know about Team Cycle Bonus. This helps bring more volume up to you. So if you do have a controlled business center and you know what I'm talking about, order this through them. Remember, no Success Club points counted for this at all. It's not an HD sort of thing. And once it's sold out, it's gone, okay? All right, next, Virtual Summit is coming up. The cutoff, you guys, is this Wednesday night. You have to have your ticket. It's $30. In your $30 ticket, you're gonna get a workbook PDF, okay? You're gonna get a swag bag, excuse me, mailed to your house. In the swag bag, I already had deliveries today, you guys, with some of the stuff I've already been buying for it. So it's just gonna be filled with goodies to help you have the best weekend with us. You're also gonna get this headband. That's our team swag for Summit this year. If you are Emerald Plus, so Emerald, Ruby, or Diamond, you'll also have rank incentive goodies in your bag. Make sure, you guys, those ranks have to be locked in by Wednesday night. So when you wake up this Thursday, the rank that you wake up this Thursday as, that is what I will be mailing your swag bag. So not next Thursday, not last week, this week is your rank. So if you're Emerald, make sure you stay up at Emerald, right? You wake up at Emerald on Thursday. If you are gunning for Diamond or trying to get Diamond back, you have until Wednesday night, okay? So if this puts a little fire under your booty, good, okay? And then there's also some team-only exclusive events and trainings. You are more than welcome, you guys. Summit is a Beachbody sanctioned event, and they have plenty of things that all of us are gonna be able to participate in for free. It's amazing, right? But we're also doing some team-only exclusive events, like happy hours. We're gonna do some trainings. We're gonna have some pizza parties and just like game nights and fun stuff, right, that you want to be a part of. That's part of the ticket. That lets me know who's going to be in attendance at those events. So if I haven't convinced you yet, don't know how I'm going to do it, but please get your tickets. It's on the event page, on the team page. Make sure you get those tickets before Wednesday night, because after then you can get a ticket, but I can't guarantee that you'll get a swag bag. That's really the bottom line. Okay, so if you want that swag bag, this Wednesday. Also, team merch is back. It's out. We've got tank tops, and Annie, can you like pull back? I think you've got do you have a team shirt on? Yeah, she does. Annie's got the swag on, if you can see her. And we also have mugs, because we're doing like a coffee and donut sort of thing. So you can still order that through this week as well, and that will arrive in time for Summit. Okay, one last announcement. I've got some sticky note announcements. Next Monday, a week from today, Muscle Burns Fat sample workout is going to be in your BOD library, and you'll also be able to give the Vimeo link to people who are interested in trying it out. So next Monday, whatever you've got on the calendar for your workout, make sure MBF is a part of it, because you're going to want to talk about it. When people are viewing my stories next week, I can be like, oh my gosh, this workout was, and I can give my honest opinion of it, right? Like, this workout was fire. This workout was exhausting. This workout burned my legs. I don't know what to expect. I've never done it. But whatever it was, I will tell people that, and I'll say, do you want to try it? I'd love to send you the link. And then I can send them the free link to try Muscle Burns Fat. And all of a sudden I've got somebody now that I can talk to in July when this program launches, right? So make sure that you're really hyping that a week from today. The first workout becomes available in our BOD library. And then I also have a Success Club push thread for that end part. We've got 9 days left of June. If you want to hustle with us for the last part of the month for Success Club and just for your goals in general, make sure that you reach out to me and I'll get you put into that thread. Okay. Let's talk about getting challengers started right. So this whole month has been a series where I first started with talking through belief and mindset. The idea of this month was I wanted to share with you what successful coaches are doing. What do they do to help people? How are they repeatedly helping people, right? How do they build energy in their communities so that it's not just them talking to a blank screen, right? And part of it is this component is the system that's in place for getting your challengers started right. So again, I started the month with belief and mindset because I believe that that's so key. If you're on this call right now and you don't believe you can help people get results, I can't help you. All this like step 1, step 2, step 3 stuff can go right out the door. And what needs to happen is you need to go build some belief in yourself and in your journey and in Beachbody and our community in general, right? I hope you realize that. Sorry, I gotta shut this door because I got a dog situation. Okay. That's not you guys. You guys are like bleeding blue with belief tonight. You know that this stuff gets you results, right? You know this community helps keep you accountable. You know the things. So your job now is to help get people started right and help them fall in love with the journey the way that you did. So systems are important, and there's systems that we use for so many different things in this business. If you've been around for a while on our team page, I have a system for how I invite people. And so that system makes my life easier. It saves me time when I am wanting to reach out to a large number of people and tell them about this new program called Muscle Burns Fat. I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel every time I'm telling them the information. And I also don't want to overload them with too much information, right? I want to like baby bear it or like mama bear it. I don't know, what's the just right bear? You know what I'm talking about? And the 3 bears? I want it to be just right. I don't want to give them like too little. I don't want to give them too much. I want it to just be just enough for them to be able to like chew it, swallow it, and marinate on it, right? So systems are important for everything, from inviting to getting our challengers started right, to how we enroll and onboard our coaches too. Everything is a system, okay? And so if you've been in this business at all, like working this business, then the first system you've probably worked through is like how I invite people, how I talk to people, how I post on social media, and basically what we talked about last week, our tracker system, right? Okay, but now we've been rocking that. We've had people joining us. You are doing the things, people are seeing it, and they want to join in, right? And so you're at the point where people are seeing your results, inspired by you, and they're joining your group. You still need a system for this, okay? Again, it saves you time, it makes life easier. The other thing is, it's easy to duplicate. So let's say, you know, I am helping onboard a customer, but then I enroll a coach and my coach wants to know how to help this customer onboard. Well, this is a system now I can duplicate to other people on our team, so I don't have to say the same thing over and over and over again a million times every time somebody new wants to learn how to bring their challengers on correctly, yeah? So it's important too, as you begin to grow as a coach and you grow your team, that you have systems in place where you, when you get a question, you can easily answer it by guiding them to the answer. I'm gonna show you that this is all on the team page now too. So if you have questions or you have coaches who have questions in the future, this is where you can guide them. This is where you can take them so that they ensure that their challengers don't miss any key steps in the process or fall through the cracks. Because the worst thing is, you guys, is if our people don't get the results, right? The reason you're here, the reason you're returning over and over and over again is because at some point you got results that you kind of liked. And so then you stuck around. And that's the end goal. That's what we want for everybody, is to have that same feeling, okay? I'm gonna back it up a little bit. I've got a couple, I think it's 4 different areas that we're gonna go through when we're getting our challengers started right. Now, just know that this is my system that I use right now. You can take this system, use it, And then as you use it, get comfortable with it, where there's places where you're like, I want to adapt it or change it up here or make it sound like this, you do you, right? But just taking this outline, this generic outline, and owning it, it's going to be so important. So number one, do you have a script for how you set up a share cart? Mine is in an email. Okay, and I'll show this all to you here in a second when I'm done going through all this, where you can access all of this. But my script is in an email. So when I get to the point where somebody is ready, they're like, yep, this is the pack. I want the deluxe pack with Shakeology, Energize, and Recover. Then the next step is for me to get their share cart set up. So I send an email that asks them what flavors they want, what serving sizes they want, if they want to enroll as a customer or a coach, right? And so that's all in an email for me. Once my potential customer replies with their selections, I set up a share cart, and then I send them this. Now, I want you guys to take your phone really quick. You might not know this, but if you go in Instagram Messenger, so everybody open your phone real quick for me. And because I want to know that you're paying attention, I want everybody to like send me a message right now. So go into your message. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna have so many messages. Oh, I love you guys. Type in run to your happy place so that you have me pulled up so you can send me a message. Now, do you see down in the message, there's a plus sign that you can click on? Go ahead and click on that plus sign. Do you see that there's a little like word bubble that's got 3 dots in it? Click on that. These are your quick replies. In Instagram, Annie Space, I love it. In Instagram, you can set up quick replies. This is a system I use. So I have a quick reply that has this exact script that I put right here, and it's called SAC. It's called Share a Cart. And so I literally took this script. Okay, I got your link all set up for you. You just need to go ahead and finish placing it. That whole script is literally saved in here. And all I do is I hit my quick reply, I click on that specific reply, and I send them this. Now I might modify it based on the person I'm talking to, okay, and I'll show you that here in a second. But let's set up a quick reply. So since we're in here, let's like do something real great. So I want you to hit the plus sign. Now the shortcut is gonna be for share a cart. So I want you to just type it SAC. It doesn't allow you to put any spaces in between, so just put SAC. If you're like OCD like me and things need to look a certain way, it's kind of bothersome, but you get over it real quick. And then in the message, I'm setting this up tonight. I want you to type that. I'm setting this up tonight, because you're gonna come back in and you're gonna actually change this. You're gonna actually set this up later, not right now. But I wanna know, I'm gonna hold you accountable to it. So type SAC as the shortcut, and as the message, I'm setting this up tonight, and click save. Are you with me? Are we cool beans? Okay, now do you see all your quick replies are listed? So I'll give you a couple examples of mine. I've got a quick reply for a share cart. I have a quick reply for when 10 rounds was coming out and I wanted to send out the link for 10 rounds sample workout. I had a quick reply for that. I have quick replies for so many different things. So you can go through and think, what are some things I'm often saying? And you can create quick replies for those scenarios, okay? So I want you to click on the SAC quick reply, and now it'll pop up in the message. You see it? And I want you to send it to me. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn my phone off because it's gonna start vibrating. Okay, perfect. So now everybody that sent that to me, I'm going to hold you to it. I'm gonna, guess what I'll do tonight? I'll send you back my script, and you can delete what you just sent me. You can edit, go back and edit, and then you can set this up. In my script, I tell them that I got their link set up for them. You just need to go ahead and finish placing it. I added on a weekender kit, which is a sampler of all my fave things: Energize, Recover, Hydrate, and some yummy snack bars, just in case you want to try them out. Feel free to take it out of the cart if you don't want it. I just wanted to share it with you. Let me know once you're all done placing the order so I can double check everything on my end. I am so pumped. A couple reasons I use this script as I use it, you guys. I don't just say, here's your link. First of all, I want them to know I'm excited, right? So I want to set the stage of my expectations for them as I'm their coach, right? So first of all, here's your link. I'm taking care of you. And I'm letting them know all you need to now do is go ahead and finish placing the order, right? I always add something on. Now this is where you can change it up depending on the person. So this is an upsell. you guys. I always do an upsell. So depending on their challenge pack though, you guys, I might not do a weekender kit, because let's say they did go with the deluxe pack and they got Shakeology, Energize, Recover. Well, they don't need Energize and Recover samples. They already have it. So maybe I'll add on a box of Beach Bars or a collagen boost, right? Or maybe they didn't get Energize, and so I add that on if they just got a Shakeology pack, right? Whatever it is, share something that's a favorite of yours in order to help them fall in love with what you have too, right? Okay, plus they save by bundling it all at the same time. And I always tell them to just feel free to take it out if they don't want it. I just wanted to share it with them. What's the harm in that? The worst that happens, you guys, is my people take it out. I never have somebody tell me to like lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. No one ever says that. They just either take it out if they don't want it, or bada boom, bada bing, now they're trying something new out that they wouldn't have tried before. In the last part of my script, let me know once you're all done placing the order so I can double check everything on my end. I include that because I want them to know what I want from them next. I want them to talk to me. I want them to place the order, and then I want them to tell me that they did, right? And then I'm going to double check that it went through correctly under me, because every once in a while something happens and maybe it goes under an old coach that they used to be attached to, or who knows, right? And so I want to make sure that I'm seeing their order placed once they say they placed it. And then I always end with like lots of emojis, like I'm so pumped, because I really am. And I want that excitement to come through the screen. Okay, share a cart, upselling. I feel like we're good on that. Number 2, share a cart, is it complete? If it's complete, now this again is another quick reply you could set up in your Instagram. When they complete it, I let them know from me now what they can expect. So after I've double checked, I tell them everything looks good on my end, and then I'll be emailing them with a welcome kit and all of the details. But I will give them an assignment. In the meantime, download the Beachbody On Demand app. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm giving them something to go do, and I let them know that BOD is where they're going to access their workouts, and it's also where our group is. Okay, so I'm giving them just a little bit. I'm breadcrumbing, you guys. I'm not just bombarding information on them, but I'm giving them a simple task. It's awesome. It looks good on my end. I'm going to email you with more information. While you're waiting, download this app. Okay, all right. I also set the stage too, you guys, that I'm going to add them into the group, and that in the meantime, peek at all their programs, and we can decide where they want to start. If they haven't selected a challenge pack that's specific to a program, like they don't buy a 10 rounds pack or muscle burns fat pack, well then they probably have like the sky's the limit of options, right? And so I want them to start looking at the programs and seeing if there's anything that piques their interest, and then we'll decide together where they want to start, right? So I'm trying to get them like in the app and getting excited and curious. Now, if they haven't completed the share a cart, you guys, follow up. Did you know that when you go to shareacart.com and you log in, coach.shareacart.com, and you log in, you can see past sent share carts that never ended up purchasing. Right now at the end of the month, when you're like trying to get your last Success Club points and you're trying to get people, you know, excited about joining your summer boot camps and everything, that's an awesome time to log in to coach.shareacart.com and see who hasn't actually ever completed a share cart that I sent them, and then send them a follow-up. People get cold feet, you guys, and it's our job to follow up with them quickly and often until they actually join. There are people who are on our team that I followed up with for like literally have set up multiple share carts and kept following up with them through their cold feet, through their fears, through their worries. And the more I did that, the more they realized, I think I can trust her. So just know that every time you follow up, you're building a relationship and a connection with them, that you're there for them. You're not going anywhere. If you stop following up, well, then you kind of just abandoned them, didn't you? Right? So the idea is follow up with them so they know that you're still there. Okay? And you can even say that, hey, I just want you to know that I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just going to follow up with you until the timing is right for you, because I'm here for you and I care about your goals. Right? Also, when you know why they're joining you, when you've gotten their goals, it helps you in overcoming these cold feet, right? So I like to pop into their inbox. If I see that I sent a share cart to somebody, and I actually had somebody last week I sent a share cart out to, she still hasn't done it, but trust me that I've been in their inbox daily. But within 24 hours, I was in there, hey, just popping in to see if that link worked for you. I'm so excited to get started with you, start working on those goals. Do you have time to place your order today? Get in there and follow up within 24 hours. Don't wait for that person to be like, oh yeah, that link, right? You want to keep their excitement when they have it. Okay. So let's say you followed up, they finally did their share cart, we're all good, you've got a new customer, yay. This is where it gets good, because the best part of this business and why I love it so much is our job begins when that person purchases from us. That's when we get to work. The work doesn't end when you hit Success Club or you get a sale. That's when your work begins. So this is how I set them up for success. First and foremost, I send a welcome email. All of this, you guys, you can absolutely take notes, but I'm also going to show you where you can access all of this. I set this up for you beautifully earlier today, okay? But my welcome email includes a getting started PDF. Let me switch my share and just show you really quick what it looks like. Oop. Nope. Can you see it? Can you see the Beachbody On Demand app? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let me scroll up though. Okay, when somebody enrolls, I send them a welcome email. In the welcome email, I attach this PDF. And you're like, whoa, Britt, I don't have time to make this PDF. Guys, neither here nor there. I just want to show you what I have. This is something I made on Canva. It did take me a lot of time, but if you want the link for how I made it so that you can take it and like make it your own and not have to reinvent the wheel, absolutely, I will be sharing that on the team page, okay? So just know that this was time consuming and I don't expect you all to like waste your time for the next week doing this. I want you to actually get challengers to help, right? And so in the meantime, until you have time set aside, I want you to just take and duplicate from me until you can reinvent it yourself, yes? Okay, so this is just a little welcome. See, this is where you'd like take out my name and put your name, right? Okay, I tell them about the apps that they need to download. Now it's just one, Beachbody On Demand. How we log into Beachbody On Demand. Here's a little tutorial they can click on. How they set up their profile. How they take proper progress photos and why it's important, because I know that they don't want to do it. This is also a little 1-minute video to see how Beachbody recommends they take them. How we choose a program. I always give them the option of 21-day fix as a really great jumping off point. But again, like, you know your people best and what they're capable of and where a great starting point is for them. So that's conversations to definitely have. I show them that there's program materials, trackers, you can print out the wall calendars, all the things. We talk about nutrition in this PDF. So I share that I give weekly meal plans, talk about Shakeology and why Shakeology is a requirement. If you guys didn't catch the National Wake Up Call today, or if you haven't done our Coach Quick Start training, this Shakeology call, she's the same one that speaks on that call. And it's just money in understanding why is Shakeology so good for us? Why is it so different and unique than other products out there on the market? And how can I talk about it to people who think it's just another protein shake when it's not, right? And so that's an important call to watch if you don't really have a lot of information about Shakeology. Logging your activity, how you do that. And then I talk about mindset, that nothing works, nothing's going to transform on the outside if we don't work on the inside of our heads too. And so we talk about that, and I offer some book suggestions. And then I basically give them some next steps, right? And then the last thing is how they can modify and manage their orders, switching flavors, shipment, delays, all the things that they need to do so that they're happy, okay? Okay, let me go back to their slide. So like I said, this is a PDF that I send in my welcome email, and I promise you guys I will give you a link to Canva so that you can make a copy of it and tweak it to make it your own, okay? Okay, so I send my welcome email and it's got that PDF in it, and it teaches all those things I just shared with you. I also like to create a post. Sorry, let me close up my laptop. Create a post and a shout out graphic, especially you guys if they are joining the team page, but I love to share it on my stories. I don't usually share it in the group that we have a new challenger. I might do like once a month, like all the new people bunched together. I'll bundle everybody who's new for July, or sometimes I do it in my weekly email, but I love to celebrate that they said yes. Okay, so it's social proof. A lot of times people love to see when I'm doing my enrollment for my challenge group, they love to see that they've been tagged And oftentimes people will reshare that, like, I got one of the spots, you know, and like they're really proud of that. And so I love to make just a simple thing of like, you know, my roster for the month, and then any new sisters that join the sisterhood, I just put their, you know, their @ handle on it and tag them in it as they sign up. Sometimes I'll put pending next to it if they haven't completed their share cart yet, to let them know that I'm saving them a spot, right? But they love getting celebrated, even just that first initial yes. Like I said, help them pick a program. I know that that's in the PDF, that it tells them to pick a program, but the start, you guys, is usually what stops most people. So be the one to ask them what program they're wanting to try, or give them a jumping off point. So many, like, I use other people's success stories. So like I have a mom who's finally ready to work out postpartum, and we've had so many great postpartum success stories with Morning Meltdown 100. And so I'll share that with them. Like, oh, all of my girls who, you know, were postpartum, they've been loving Morning Meltdown. It's quick workouts. It's not as hard on the body, you know, like those sorts of things. And so I also lean on the coattails, right? And ride the coattails of people who are maybe in similar walks of life to my new clients. And I'll tell them about that woman's success, so she can be inspired to find her own through it, right? And I also love to give them really great Shakeology recipes so that they can fall in love. I get these, you guys, from the Beachbody blog, www.beachbodyblog.com, and I just type in Shakeology, and then all the recipes come down, right? And so you can access so many of these there, and I think it's really important that you're giving your new challengers exactly what they need to do to be successful. So many times somebody will be like, I don't like Shakeology. I'm like, okay, well, how did you make it? Tell me how you prepared it. And they'll say, oh, I just put some water and some ice. I'm like, okay, well, there's the problem, right? And they just shook it in the bottle, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, let's actually do a recipe that you're gonna fall in love with, right? And so instead of waiting for them to like not have a good experience, be the one that floods them with resources so that they're ready to go, okay? 4, after we have given them all the things, they're in the group, they're rocking it, right? We're gonna check in regularly. In the first week, you guys, you wanna equip your new challenger with all of the info that was above, that checklist on the last slide, but also be available to answer any and all questions. Keep in mind that this might be the 100th time that you've answered this question about, you know, what goes in the green container, or can I only really have one blue every day? Maybe this is the 100th time you've answered that question, but that's the first time that person has ever asked it, so it's important to them. So we want to put ourselves like in their shoes, right? And make sure that when we're answering questions, we're answering them as if that person is the most important person in the world, and that question has never been asked before, right? In the first week, again, picking a program. Do you hear how many times I'm saying this? I think far too often my mistakes have been that I assume somebody is just going to pick one on their own, or that they're going to pick the right one on their own, and then I've failed them as a coach. So learn from my mistakes and help them pick a program, and make sure they know to message you when their kit arrives so you can celebrate with them. Side note, when they message me that their kit has arrived, this is when I give them the Shakeology recipes. So rather than bombard them with recipes that they're gonna forget about, I wait when they say, my kit got here today, I'm so excited, and they took a picture of it, right? And they texted over to me, I'm so excited for them. That's when I say, okay, I want you to like try the Shakeology recipe. This one's my favorite, right? And I'll send them, you know, whatever one I'm in love with at the time, or whatever one I think is gonna suit them best, okay, based on our conversations. And then I think it's important that you agree together on one starter goal. For example, I have a challenger right now, Erica, who's postpartum, and her big thing, she's doing Morning Meltdown. And Morning Meltdown 100, you guys, is a 100-day program, and you're supposed to do it every day for 100 days. That's how it's prescribed. Now, I believe you get the best results when you do the program as prescribed. But I also believe you get the best results when you just think and do it, right? When you don't give up. And so I would rather somebody not give up than aim for perfection. Does that make sense? And so with Erica, going from working out 0 days and 2 little ones at home to having to work out for 100 days straight is really daunting. So we decided that 4 days a week this first month was going to be a really great starter point for her. And you know what? She just finished 3 weeks straight of 4 days per week. So she just crossed off day 12 on Morning Meltdown. And I think that if we had made her do 12 straight days, she would be frustrated at this point. Right? And so understanding like what's reasonable for your challengers is really important. And it's okay for you to like pull them off the ledge a little bit and be like, I love that goal. That's amazing. Can I offer you some feedback? Can I offer you a suggestion? Right? And just give them suggestions and then build upon that. So now once she gets in the rhythm of 4 days a week, okay, 4 days a week this first month. Okay, now let's talk about, have you been drinking your shake every day? No, Brittany, I keep forgetting. Okay, why don't we put 4 days of workouts, 5 days of shakes? Let's try that. And like keep adding on to their goals. Habit stacking is such a powerful way to build sustainability. And there's science and research back behind it. One of my favorite books is called Atomic Habits, and it talks about this concept of stacking good habits one on top of another. And so this is important. And I think that once your challenger gets good with the one mini goal to start, then you stack on another one, right? Rather than piling it all at once. Okay, after that first week, once a week check-ins, absolutely. I love to check in one-on-one. One of my favorite ways to do it is typically those people who are brand new in my group are watching my stories on the daily. So one way I'll check in with people is once I catch them watching my story, I'll pop in their inbox and say, oh my gosh, how are you doing this week? Or maybe they watched my workout, so I'll say, did you get yours done? You know, and I'll check in that way because I know they're watching my story. Okay, but I think it's essential, excuse me. I think it's essential to cultivate this routine, but also to feel connected to your support. Okay, so I want to know some of the things that I'm going to ask them in that first month when I'm checking in one-on-one, right? I want to know how they're enjoying their shake, how their workouts are going, how their initial baby or mini goal is going. Remember, make sure, again, that these goals are action-based, not goal-based. For example, that first goal for my friend Erica, I will work out 4 days per week this first month. We could have said, I will lose 20 pounds this month. Well, she could lose 20 pounds, but she has to lose, she won't lose 20 pounds without some sort of action backing that up. So rather than giving them a goal-based goal, like an outcome-based goal, an action-based goal is a lot better to attain because they can track it, they can measure it, they can say, okay, you know what, I didn't work out 4 days this week, so now I gotta course correct, versus she worked out every day this week and then gained weight, and then now what do you do, right? So I think action-based goals are so much easier to navigate as coaches, okay? Because that action is what's gonna get them to that outcome. I ask them if they're finding everything in the app okay. A lot of times, you guys, I won't see somebody in the app right away, and I wanna check in. Did you get in the app? Do you know how to track? Because we have a new Beachbody On Demand BOD group, a lot of times it's as simple as my people didn't realize that it was the tracking button they had to do. So I just needed to navigate that with them. I want to know that they're getting my weekly email and it's not going to spam. I want to know that they've seen my meal plans and that they can access all of them in the files section of the group. And I also want to know if there's anything they're initially struggling with. Last week I had a new challenger, Lisa, who she just told me, you know what, I just don't like vanilla Shakeology. That was so helpful, you guys. I love when somebody can tell me the struggle or what they're not enjoying, because to me, now I have a way to offer insight. If I don't know where they're struggling, I don't know how to help, right? And so when people give you their struggle, a lot of times the initial reaction could be offense or, oh, they just hate it, right? Like we could take that really offensively or emotionally, but instead I use that as information to guide me and help them, okay? And I also use the Shakeology follow-up guide. You guys, this is found in our business activity tracker, the new one that they created for 2020. If you go to our files section, you'll see the business activity tracker, but this is the Shakeology follow-up guide, and it's attached right in there, and it guides the conversation. So it tells you in weeks 1 through 4, ask them, are you drinking it daily? If they say yes, celebrate it, encourage them to keep it up. If they say no, Beachbody guides you to ask them why. Is it flavor? Are they forgetting? If they don't know why it's important to drink it daily, like it guides you through how and what to say to them. So this is a really awesome resource, okay? And then it also gives you kind of like a tracking system here where you can track that you are talking to them weekly and checking in with them, right? So that's also a tool I love to use. Okay, we're gonna keep checking in with them. 1 week before their auto ship renews, you guys, I think it's important that when you have somebody sign up, let's say, what's today, the 22nd? The 22nd of June, let's say Sally signs up tonight with the Shakeology Challenge Pack, okay? I'm gonna go into July, and on July, like, I don't know, it's the 22nd today, so like maybe like July 14th or 15th, I'm going to put a little note that I need to check in with Sally on the 14th or 15th and make sure she knows that her auto ship is about to renew. Okay? And I want to let her know that so we can do a couple things. We can decide together what's best. Is it best to change the product? Maybe she doesn't want Shakeology this month. Maybe she wants to try Energize and Recover because of muscle soreness, or she's been seeing other people consuming Energize and she really wants to try it, right? Maybe she wants to change the flavor. Maybe she, got a sampler and realized that she really loves chocolate, so she just wants a bag of chocolate the next month. Or maybe it's as simple as changing the ship date. I can help with that. So it's important that we set a follow-up date about a week away from their renewal so that you can walk them through how to access their orders. They go to, and if you don't know how to do this, you go to www.teambeachbody.com. They would log in. And then when you hover over your name after logging in, you'll see My Orders. When you click on My Orders, you can modify as necessary for all your recurring orders, okay? And then another time I love to check in is at the completion of their first program. I love to celebrate the heck out of them. There is research, you guys, about recognition, and it is so key for trust building, okay? If you have somebody to recognize, don't sit on it. Don't wait on it, because the sooner you recognize somebody for their efforts, the quicker that trust bond is forged, okay? And those are gonna be people who wanna stick around because they felt celebrated, they felt wanted, they felt appreciated in a community, right? So don't take lightly of how important it is to celebrate somebody, even if their first program was clean week. Maybe that's the first time in their entire life that they've stuck to something for 7 days. Celebrate the heck out of them, right? I love making celebration graphics. I'll use them in my stories. You can even see one of my stories today. I shouted somebody out, Lorraine, on our team page today. Okay, you can even do it in the groups. And I love to ask, when she shared, Lorraine, for example, shared with me that she had finished 10 rounds. I asked her what she noticed most in her transformation since she joined me. And I invited her to share about her experience. Okay, and that allows me information so that when I'm shouting them out, I'm not just doing it from my point of view, but I'm doing it from their point of view. I'm telling their story. Okay, people hear my story every day on my social media. I want them to hear someone else's story. I want to hear, I want them to hear their perspective, their angle, because that becomes social proof for other people who are watching, who maybe don't gel with every aspect of my story, but yet they see this other woman who did it and they're like, wow, that sounds like me. Maybe I could do what she's doing. It offers people hope. The other thing I like to do is I like to pick their next program together and decide on new goals, right? And then the last thing you can do, especially after somebody completes their first program, is invite them to the team. If they didn't enroll as a coach in the beginning, then let your challengers know, especially if they're loving the results, about the community. Because this is an awesome time to remind them about the 25% discount and that they get added accountability and support that comes with being part of our team. They get just that extra skin in the game. There's a reason I'm here 6.5 years later still. It's because I have a team of people counting on me. And so I show up on the daily even when I don't quote unquote feel like it, right? The team is my ultimate accountability partner. And so if they're loving the results, they're loving the community, why not get the discount? Why not join this extra support and accountability and be a part of Inspire Beauty and a part of the team, right? And so you can easily do that. There's so many different ways to upgrade them to a coach after they've enrolled as a challenger, but inviting them to the team is a regular practice you should get into after about a month to 2 months of somebody joining you, right? So let me stop the share here and let me reshare to the team page. I'm out of breath, you guys, from that one. Okay, on the team page, if you click on Files, I just put this up here today, Getting Challengers Started Right system. This is how you duplicate this, my friends. You now know this, you can now use this, you can now reference this, but when you have new coaches on your team that need to know how you are doing this, how are you setting people up, how are you getting your challengers started right, this is where you can direct them. You can tag them under this post. So it has everything. I told you I shared my script for how I ask about flavors and serving sizes. And then also last question, do they want to be a customer or do they want to be a coach? And I talked through that. So this is my script for the share a cart flavors. Okay, I didn't share that in the slides, but I told you I'd have it there. Here's my script for once I have their link set up and the upsell that I just change and tweak for that person. Here's what I send them once they complete their share a cart in a little message, and a follow-up that I would send if they haven't yet. And here's my checklist of everything that I give them in my welcome email, and the things that I do right when they enroll. Here's some links to some Shakeology recipes. These are comfort food craving recipes, more like brownies and energy balls and things like that. More like chewable things, yeah. And these are the 10 most popular Shakeology recipes on the Beachbody blog. And then here's the different step-by-step in the first week, once per week, 1 week before their auto ship renews, and once they complete a program. So all of this is here for you guys on the team page to access. And then one last thing. I told you I'd share the, it's a little far down, I think. I'm not gonna dig for it. But the follow-up system, the Shakeology follow-up system that's in our tracker, it's also in the file section. You just have to scroll through a little bit further, but you can access that there as well. That's all I've got tonight, you guys.